And now, what funny thing was it you saw up yonder on the hillside? They said. Oh, it was only an axe we heard, said Jack. So when they had gone a bit further, they came under a steep spur of rock, and up there they heard something digging and shoveling. I wonder now, said Jack, what it is digging and shoveling up yonder at the top of the rock. Oh, you're always so clever with your wonderings, said Peter and Paul again, as if you'd never heard a woodpecker hacking and pecking at a hollow tree. Well, well, said Jack, I think it would be a piece of fun just to see what it really is. And so off he set to climb the rock, while the others laughed and made game of him, but he didn't care a bit for that. Up he climbed, and when he got near the top, what do you think he saw? Why, a spade that stood there, digging and delving. Good day, said Jack. Do you stand here all alone and dig and delve? Yes, that's what I do, said the spade, and that's what I've done this many a long day, waiting for you. Well, here I am, said Jack again, as he took the spade and knocked it off its handle and put it in his wallet, and then went down again to his brothers. Well, what was it so rare and strange, said Peter and Paul, that you saw up there at the top of the rock? Oh, said Jack, nothing more than a spade. That was what we heard. And so they went on again a good bit till they came to a brook. They were thirsty, all three, after their long walk, and so they lay down beside the brook to have a drink. I wonder now, said Jack, where all this water comes from. I wonder if you're right in your head, where the brook comes from indeed, said Peter and Paul in one breath. If you're not mad already, you'll go mad very soon with your wonderings. Have you never heard how water rises from a spring in the earth? Yes, but still I've got a great fancy to see where this brook comes from, said Jack. So up alongside the brook he went, in spite of all that his brothers bawled after him. Nothing could stop him. On he went. So, as he went up and up, the brook got smaller and smaller, and at last, a little way further on, what do you think he saw? Why, a great walnut, and out of that the water trickled. Good day, said Jack again. So you lie here and trickle and run down all alone? Yes, I do, said the walnut, and here have I trickled and run this many a long day, waiting for you. Well, here I am, said Jack, as he took up a lump of moss and plugged up the hole that the water mightn't run out. Then he put the walnut into his wallet and ran down to his brothers. Well now, said Peter and Paul, have you found out where the water comes from? A rare sight it must have been. Oh, after all, it was only a hole it ran out of, said Jack, and so the others laughed and made game of him again, but Jack didn't mind that a bit. After all, I had the fun of seeing it, he said. So when they had gone a bit farther, they came to the king's palace. But as everyone in the kingdom had heard how they might win the princess and half the realm, if they could only fell the big oak and dig the king's well, so many had come to try their luck that the oak was twice as stout and big as it had been at first. For 2 chips grew for every one they hewed out with their axes, as I dare say you all bear in mind. So the king had now laid it down as a punishment that if anyone tried and couldn't fell the oak, he would be put on a barren island, and both his ears were to be clipped off. But the 2 brothers didn't let themselves be scared by that. They were quite sure they could fell the oak, and Peter, as he was eldest, was to try his hand first. But it went with him as with all the rest who had hewn at that oak. For every chip he cut out, 2 grew in its place. So the king's men seized him and clipped off both his ears and put him out on the barren island.